Hello. In case you're wondering who I am Zan, the man with the plan, man. And if you have seen either of the two videos that I have on my channel, then you know that I like to play all 162 games, and you might see that 48 and 4, and you're like, I'm out. Because for whatever reason, people don't like watching series with video game numbers. They don't care about the storylines, which to me is the funnest part about playing through a franchise mode or a season mode on a sports game, is all the unwritten storylines that go along with it. And so the reason for me recording this now is I kind of want to test the grounds to see if there's interest for this on the channel. Amongst other things, because like I said, people online don't like video game numbers, because I posted in a Madden forum asking a question about one of my franchises. Hint, hint at what you can expect. Subscribe. But I just kind of want to show you guys where I'm at. I'm not going to play any games this episode, but if that is something you would be interested in, please let me know in the comment section, and we're just going to go from there. But essentially, as you can see, it's a blow out of water. It's the Nationals. The reason why I went into this with a vengeance is the Nationals suck in real life. And the time I started this was like a couple days before Davey Martinez was fired. And he had made some comments about, oh, it's never coaching's fault. And that kind of like sent me on a warpath, even though we still do have him on contract. This is this is the last game in which he'll be our coach. So I do want to ride it out, ride or die. And so I'll just go through and show you some of the changes. You'll see a lot of fire. I typically play this in my free time, and I just like to play the game. That's why their video game numbers are so ridiculous, and occasionally I'll crank up the difficulty to prove myself a challenge. I'm not going to be at like Hall of Fame, or I'm not even claiming to be the greatest player of all time. I strictly play for fun. And we kept CJ Abrams, but we did trade for Luis Robert Jr. in center field, because I feel like he's the perfect kind of guy to grow with CJ Abrams, James Wood. I do have Paul DeYoung at designated hitter, and surprise, surprise, I actually really like hitting with him. Same with Nathaniel Lowe. Nathaniel Lowe, he got DFA'd in real life. And a couple days ago, I was like, I'm going to trade him. And then I proceeded to play like 7 games, and he only had 12 home runs, and he's like on a 7-game home run hitting streak. So he's doing pretty good. I don't want to drop him now all of a sudden. He's in the competition for MVP. We did trade Luis Garcia Jr., even though he's one of my favorite players in the Nationals this year. I traded him for Ronnie Mauricio because I like Ronnie Mauricio's hitting a lot better in this game. Brady House is doing pretty cute. Keibert Ruiz isn't concussed, and he's doing all right. And then Dylan Cruz never got hurt. We also traded back for Joey Meneses. Joey Bones. Everybody like to call him Joey Two Bags. You're wrong. It's Joey Bones. And then we brought up super early our draft pick from last year, not from this year, not Eli, but from last year, Seaver King. And we are just having ourselves a fun time with him. The reason why I thought it would be great to do him is I really needed someone on the bench who could just cover every position when my guys start getting tired, because we go on like 2 weeks where we only have 1 day off. This guy can play center field, second base, third base, shortstop, left field, right field. He's wherever you need him, he can be in there. So I thought he would be good, and he's doing great. We kept Alex Call. This one really hurt me, trading away Alex Call, because to me, he's our David Eckstein. And if you don't know what that is, David Eckstein was a player who may not have the greatest stats of all time, but what he brought to the clubhouse was an energy, was a vibe. He brought a work ethic that could not be matched by a lot of people. Whenever he got walked, he's jogging to first base. He's not taking it easy at any time. And Alex Call, to me, was this guy for the Nationals. Now, obviously, it's not going to translate into a lot of wins when our team is as terrible as it was, but he's still the kind of player you're going to miss. And I hope he earns a chip with the Dodgers. He's most likely going to earn a chip with the Dodgers, and I hope that's the case, because I like him. Where a lot of the changes are on the rotation. We have Mackenzie Gore, who's obviously our best pitcher in real life, but we're doing a lot better with him than he is doing in real life. Surprise. Shota Imanaga is who we traded for because I like him. And we ended up getting him from the Cubs, which is where Mike Soroka went. Coincidence? Did I predict that? Did I? And then we have Mike Soroka, who was one of my favorite storylines coming into the national season. They sign him and essentially present it as a, hey, that Cy Young caliber pitcher that you were a few years ago before your injuries, we still think you're that guy, and we want to sign him. And even though his stats didn't always show it, he was a very effective pitcher for us. He couldn't go more than 5-6 innings sometimes, it seemed, but he was very effective in the role he did. He made an impact on a lot of Nationals fans, in my opinion, from what I've observed. And so him getting traded to the Cubs was expected because it was a rebuild year. Everybody who got traded, we were expecting to get traded, except for Alex Colman-White. But Mike Soroka, that one to me hit a little bit because I was like, I really wanted him to be a part of our rebuild. But obviously, hopefully he hopes the Cubs earn some success. Jake Irvin doing significantly better than he is in real life. One of the worst pitchers in the first inning in real life. Dude lets up like 5 runs in every first inning he's in. And then we traded for the young prospect from the Cardinals, Tink Hintz, who I am very high on. And so I don't even remember what I traded for him, but I traded something pretty, very beautiful. Shinosuke Ogasawara, whose facial hair I edited since they didn't do a face scan for him. Screw you, MLB The Show people, San Diego Studios. Give him a face scan. He deserves it. Especially now that in his long relief role, he's actually doing pretty decent in real life. Brad Lord, in theory, should be one of my starters. You see his stats. He's only been up for a single game. Ironically, Shota Imanaga had a like .20 ERA for the longest times. He's been getting hit hard. I'm surprised to see that fire still next to his name. But Brad Lord came in, and he's been in AAA pretty much the whole season because he's a 56 overall. Or he was like a 52 overall, but look, he's growing. And then we have Derek Law, Jose Buto, who I just traded for, I'm pretty sure. I traded for, and also got Roddery Munoz from the Cardinals trade when I got Tink Hintz. And he's only pitched in 2 games. Jose Buto, has only pitched in 1 game. Jose Ferrer doing good. He's doing good in real life, but he's doing good for me in the game as well. And then we got Big Aroldis Chapman. 16 for 16 in his save opportunities at the moment. One of the main contenders for reliever of the year. You love to see it. And that's pretty much where we're at for the main roster. Now, let's dig into the awards and what's going on, shall we? Mainly because we're going to go over to the home runs, and no surprise, for a while, James Wood was the only one in the top 5, but he went on a cold streak and everyone else heated up, and now CJ Abrams is going to catch him. It's a very cool MVP. And then Christian Yelich was leading the league in RBIs like 2 weeks ago, and James Woods just hit like in the past 3 games, he's hit like 5 home runs with a lot of men on base. A lot of big old burly men on base. And so let's just look at those awards, shall we? Most valuable player, it's a battle between primarily James Wood and CJ Abrams. I mean, let's look at their stats. James Wood, 25 home runs, 55 RBIs. He's been walked 12 times. I don't walk that much. But he struck out more than he's been walked, so that's not ideal. 16 stolen bases. He gets caught stealing quite a bit, though. It's hard to steal with him, in my opinion, even though he's got decent stats. 328 average, 3.9 WAR. And he's actually, we'll talk about that in a minute. CJ Abrams, on the other hand, not as many home runs or RBIs. Has been walked, has the reverse. 13 walks, 12 strikeouts, 41 stolen bases, league leading. In fact, the only person even close is his teammate Luis Roberts Jr., who has like 37. I like stealing bases. That's my main attribute in this game, is I know how to do it. Cy Young Award, Shota Imanaga. He's easily winning it at the moment, primarily because of that 11-0 record. I don't see it changing anytime soon. I'm pretty sure at this point he's winning it. Like, even though we're only in June? We're only in the second month of the season, so we had a long way to go, but still. I'm pretty confident with the way I've been pitching with him, he's going to win it. See, there's reliever of the year rolled big. Aroldis Chapman. And then rookie of the year is a battle between Dylan Cruz and Brady House. You love to see it. Dylan Cruz has the edge because of his home runs right now, but Brady House has been on a tear. So since we're so early in the season, I don't want to call it yet. And we have a lot of R's. A lot of R's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ronnie Mauricio, does he qualify as a rookie since he didn't reach the bare minimum back in 2023? Because Brady House is one, Dylan Cruz is one, Robert Hassel III is one, Seaver King is one. A lot of rookies. And then on top of that, we got Tink Hintz, who could be coming up. Shinosuke Ogasawara and Brad Lord are both R's. A lot of R's. And then Nathaniel Lowe, the top runner for Gold Glove. Hopefully we can be the ones that break Christian Walker's ridiculous Gold Glove streak. It saddens me, but even though I think CJ Abrams should be on this list, for whatever reason, he's not. I feel like he definitely has better stats than Garrett Hampson. Might be around where Ellie De La Cruz is. The only difference, he's made an error, so he's not on here because they all have the 1,000 fielding percentage. So I'm just waiting for them to make an error. It should be coming any day now, but Simulation Baseball loves these guys. But James Wood is at the top of his. I think the primary, I don't know if it takes this into consideration, but the reason why I believe he's at the top is both of those assists. One of them was a game-ending one in which they were trying to tie it. So he essentially helped Aroldis Chapman get one of his saves. The other one was like in a go-ahead situation late in the game. So he's very clutch, even if he doesn't have as many putouts and assists as Gurriel. And then Dylan Cruz is he's just got really good speed and is able to get to them walls. The errors definitely messed up his chances in comparison to these other two, and Sal Frelick's probably going to win it in a back-to-back year because I don't see him making any errors. But the error he did make was the most annoying thing. The circle's in the foul territory. I made it to the circle. He lifted up his hand and then it just donked off his glove. I'm guessing it's because he's a rookie. Thanks, game. And then Paul DeJong ahead of both Yelich and Ohtani in the designated hitter role, which I love to see. I love the resurgence because, one, I grew up in St. Louis, so Paul DeJong in St. Louis Cardinals hits home with me a little bit. Plus, Cardinal players tend to do a lot better for the Nationals than they did for the Cardinals. With how good Paul DeJong was in St. Louis, I don't think that would ever be the case now because we got him at 31. Regression hell. But we're going to try. We're going to try and make that the case. And then Keibert Ruiz was below Will Smith for the longest time. He just pulled ahead. So that's definitely where we excel as in Silver Slugger. Nathaniel Lowe. Ronnie Mauricio is coming up on Ketel Marte. Brady House is coming up on Austin Riley. CJ Abrams, James Wood, and Dylan Cruz in the outfield. Dylan Cruz in the outfield. Dylan Cruz in the outfield. And that's kind of where the awards are at. Some of the games we lost, I'm actually surprised in. This was one of the embarrassing moments for Aroldis Chapman. It was in extra innings. Both our closers came in to try and give us the edge. My guy gave up a run. His guy didn't. The benefit of the doubt was that it wasn't an earned run because it was the situation where they get the man on second and they just hit him in. So they took the go-ahead run. One of the other losses we have were two actually really acceptable ones. We lost against the Phillies, even though they have that 25-26 record. They're one of the better teams in the game. Same with the Dodgers, so we could accept both of those losses. The last one that I didn't understand, Jackson Rutledge, who should be in contention for reliever of the year, but dude got injured. That's why I had to bring up Brad Lord. Not had to. He would have probably got brought up at some point, but yeah, sucks. So all of our losses are understandable. Then you don't even need to talk about it. All 4 of my 5 starters are at the top of this voting in the All-Star game. Going against Max Fried, Max Fried. Max Fried. Jackson Rutledge, CIL, top of the All-Star game thing. He's going to get freaking screwed because he tore his hamstring. Tore his hammy. Moon's over my hammy. And he's the only reliever. He was our workhorse. Like, if my pitcher was ever getting tired and I just needed to bring someone in because we're winning by 5 runs, he was always it. He was going to get rewarded for his hard work. I'm a believer in Jackson Rutledge. Not really in real life, but in the game. But Jose Ferrer falls down. We're still early in the season, so there's still time. I am surprised with Aroldis Chapman's perfection that he's not number 1. But they were probably just tired of seeing my team at the top, so they're like, Emilio Pagan's got 3 more saves. Yeah, but he's got 2 blown saves. Freaking loser. Then Keibert Ruiz. Then Nathaniel Lowe. Ronnie Mauricio, not quite yet, but we're coming for you, Bryce Terang. How are you ahead of me with those stats? The 19 stolen bases, that's it. Probably. Brady House, C.J. Abrams, Paul DeJong. Sorry, I almost said it correct. James Wood, Luis Robert Jr. and his 36 stolen bases. We haven't been having success with it, but we are getting it up. For a long time, he had about a 210 average, but we're finally getting his hit down. The thing that threw me off is against righties, he's got a ton of power, but his contact's terrible, and I just could not get the hang of that, but we're starting to. He is very much a left-handed pitcher hitter in the game. And then Dylan Cruz coming for Kyle Tucker, but Kyle Tucker for a while was in the MVP talks before everybody on my team just started hitting home runs. Like, here, look at this. In the Atlanta series especially, and even in San Francisco, I don't know what it was, but during this series I was really feeling it. Baltimore kind of went hand in hand, and we had a series where it was like this, but let's just look at some of these box scores. 3 home runs, Paul DeJong, Nathaniel Lowe, Dylan Cruz. Nathaniel Lowe was on his I'm so hot streak and just hitting home runs left and right. Same with this one. C.J. Abrams, James Wood was like, I want 2 just to show him that I'm the MVP. So that C.J. Abrams could inch closer. In fact, he was 1 away now. Paul DeJong and Nathaniel Lowe again. And then same here. This was the home run derby game, the 17-2 game. C.J. Abrams, Luis Robert Jr., James Wood with 2, Paul DeJong with 3, Brady House with 2, Keibert Ruiz with 2. Nathaniel Lowe was like, I'm keeping the streak going. They all have streaks going at this point. It was stupid. It is stupid, and I understand that when the video game stats look like this is where it gets a little ridiculous, but like if somebody breaks the home run record, that's not going to make everybody cry, hopefully, because we're going for it with 3 people. And to me, the main storyline this season is the battle for MVP going on between C.J. Abrams. I never looked at his WAR, did I? His OPS is 12, 1.26. But he's got a much higher WAR than James Wood did, which is why I'm surprised he's not in first right now. It's probably just because of the home runs and RBIs. But he's got a higher OPS and a higher WAR than James Wood does. So that's a cool little internal battle we have going on there. And then obviously the development of Team Kent, Shinosuke Ogasawara is going to be my Jackson Rutledge for a little bit. Same with Brad Lord. I have 2 long relievers that I can just throw in there and trust to do their thing. Brad Lord needs his face scanned into San Diego studios. Put some respect on the teams that suck. The Nationals do. They're not very good, but they have hope for the future, and I have hope for the future of this channel because I have 2 videos that I'm coming through where I'm presenting ideas. Otherwise, we could just straight up do like a series or something. But I like doing update videos like this. This is what I do in my spare time, and half the time I can't even record. I just want to play some games, and this is what it is. So if you want more updates in the future, let me know. Thank you guys if you watched to this point. Hit that like button, it helps me out, and hit that subscribe button for more juicy goodness. But hopefully I will see you in the next one, and thanks for watching, guys. Toodles!